Well, that was something. Anyway, um, what's up, guys? It's Beyond. I'm back from the video, and this is my 2022 NASCAR Xfinity Series Atlanta Summer Race review. That was anticlimactic as all hell. It had its moments, don't get me wrong, but man, that finish was anticlimactic as fuck. Like, congrats to Austin Hale on the win, his second of the season, and his first full time in his first year in the Xfinity Series. But that finish was complete ass. Everybody, like that group of cars, however many it was, I think around maybe 8 to 10 cars, something like that. They waited to the last fucking second to make a move. They didn't have nobody backed up to the guy behind them to get momentum. There wasn't enough cars in the pack to actually fucking do anything. I know it's going to take time to figure out this new Atlanta track, but I really wish they would have just left it alone. Because this shit's fucking ass. It just is. But anyway, with all that being said, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on future videos and streams. Let's go ahead and let's jump into this. So, no qualifying for both the Xfinity and Cup Series. That got rained out. Metrics would set the field, and Ty Gibbs would start on the pole. And Austin Hill had audio issues prior to the race, and it sounded like he had audio issues pretty much all day. Ty Gibbs gets a bit sideways following the start with a little help from behind. Jesse Iwuji goes for a spin and brings out the first caution 2 laps in, with left rear quarter panel damage and a flat on the same side. Anthony Alfredo is showing some right rear damage. Gregson had a save. Sheldon Creed goes for a spin off turn 2 and brings out the caution, manages to keep the car from hitting anything. Sage Karam hits with a possible engine issue. Josh Berry takes the stage 1 victory. Ty Gibbs second, AJ Allmendinger third, Brandon Brown fourth, Noah Gragson fifth, Daniel Hemrick 6th, Austin Hill 7th, Justin Allgaier 8th, Myatt Snyder 9th, and Brandon Jones in 10th. Hemrick and Sieg both got speeding penalties. Ryan Sieg, that is. And Allmendinger ended up, when we get into stage 2, he pits under green thinking he had a tire issue. He didn't. And he would end up going 1 lap down. Then ended up going 2 laps down towards the end of stage 2 and fought to try to stay on at least 1 lap down. He would end up finishing stage 2 down. Matt Mills would take his car to the garage, and Austin Hill wins stage 2. Creed 2nd, Brown 3rd, Reddick 4th, Allgaier 5th, Brandon Jones in 6th, Gibbs 7th, Truex 8th, Ryan Truex, that is, Landon Castle in 9th, and Jeffrey Earnhardt in 10th. Yeah. Honestly, it felt like there's a lot of single file racing, and again, I think part of it is just maybe it's a little bit of the aero package. Maybe it's a little bit of drivers still trying to figure out this new Atlanta track, with the configuration. But this race was marginally better than the spring one, but even still, it wasn't great. Reddick gets a speeding penalty. Allgaier takes the wave around to get back to 1 lap down. Caution would come out for Brandon Jones. He goes for a slide and saves it off turn 4 after getting loose up top in the corner. Hemrick makes a bit of contact with him. Jones somehow doesn't hit Allgaier's right rear, because if he did, Allgaier gets sent straight into the wall. And somehow and Jones did save it. NASCAR threw the caution, which I understand why, because even though Jones was the only car involved, that wreck could have been bigger. But that was crazy to see, that happen. And again, I want to know how close Jones was from hitting Allgaier. Like, it was fucking close. Mills and Karam both unfortunately done for the day. Allgaier was shown with right rear damage, so that was from something separate. We get the restart, and then Ty Gibbs goes up into the wall in 1 and 2. Following the restart, left side smoking, right front tire down, race remains green, and he would make it to pit road. He had contact from Riley Herbst. I think what happened here was Herbst going through the corner. He just got loose or something and went up the track, and Gibbs had nowhere to go. Gibbs' team believes that the car may have suspension damage, and unfortunately, he'd get knocked out of the race. The next caution would come out a little bit later for Sam Mayer. He gets turned into the wall by Jeffrey Earnhardt. Mayer's day done. Mayer had squeezed Earnhardt towards the wall, and Earnhardt came back down on him as a result. May have been told he was clear, but clearly wasn't. Allmendinger would get the free pass here. Brandon Brown gets into the wall, tire down, race stays green. He had come to pit road during the previous caution. And unfortunately, he had it hard enough to break something because his day would be done. And later on in the race, Mason Massey tags the wall a bit. Reddick makes a little contact with Hemmer's bumper. Austin Hill takes the white flag, and that again, this is where the moves start to get made, but not enough cars in that lead pack, nobody knowing where to go to get momentum, and Austin Hill takes the victory in Atlanta, his second of the season, which is awesome because as we're nearing the end of the Xfinity Series regular season, you know, picking up these wins is going to matter. And for Austin Hill, he hasn't looked all that impressive since the Daytona win. Like, he's had his moments, but still, both him and Creed. But Hill having 2 wins is huge. It's going to help him out towards the playoffs. Now, Noah Gragson, it got announced this week that he, both in driver points and his owner's points, he got docked 30 points and was fined, I think, 35 grand or something for last week's shenanigans, in which he dumped Sage Karam in a part of the track at Road America where he shouldn't have fucking dumped his ass, because no. And yeah, so with Gibbs getting knocked out of the race and Allmendinger having issues, I think he only finished in like the top. He finished top 20, but I don't think he finished higher than maybe 15th, possibly. And with Gragson finishing up near the top 5, he made a late move coming to the line, I think, to try and get into the top 5. So I think he's somewhere in like the 5th to 7th finishing range. I'll have to see. I'll have to see after the video's done, but he can definitely make up points there. But if losing those 30 points costs him the regular season title after what happened last week, I mean, what the fuck can you do there, bro? You don't fucking do that where you did it. Just saying. And again, this is coming from a Gragson fan myself. I can't fucking condone what the hell he did last week. Like, I get being mad at a guy, but you could have just as easily moved him in the next corner and not taken out anybody else instead of getting into him, dumping him on the straight, doing a full 360 yourself, and somehow not hitting anybody else in the process, but doing a full 360 yourself, and then fucking Brandon Brown, had to take a breather out of his car because he took a shot to the nuts, and Landon Castle, I think, almost flipped as well. Like, dude, you fucking know better than that. Come on now. Like, seriously, compare Mayer's apology, compare Sam Mayer taking ownership for his wreck, or for what he did with Earnhardt during this race, and compare that to what Gragson said after the race last week. Completely night and day. And the only other thing I will say on this matter is I hope Dale Jr. gets it into Noah's head, like that you can't fucking do that. Like, if Noah wants to play, the heel role, if he wants to wear the black hat, that's one thing. But, guys like Kyle Busch and Dale, well, I say Kyle Busch knowing what he did to Ron Hornaday at Texas one time, but he learned from that. Hopefully this is Gregson's moment where he learns from something, like that. Like guys like him and Earnhardt Sr., like, they knew their limits. They knew what they can and can't do, or they know what, yeah, you get what I mean. But yeah, anyway, congrats once again to Austin Hill on the win, his second of the season. With all that being said, drop a like, subscribe, let me know your thoughts down below. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.